begin the show by putting a spotlight on the business of spiritual apps. While festive season has seen a surge for business of spiritual apps across the board. I was just trying to say that the festive season sees a surge across businesses across the board, whether it's related to retail, travel, quick commerce, and even airlines across all the sectors. But did you know that spiritual and devotional app makers too are looking at doing business this Diwali? In fact, they have been clocking a great set of numbers. And that's because these app makers are seeing a renewed interest in spiritual apps, online puja, and virtual offerings. And more so because of the recent demand trends that have been witnessed during Navratri on all of these apps. So let's understand this space a bit more with a guest who's joining us this evening, Manu Jain, the CEO of Vama.App. Remember, this is backed by Bloom Ventures. Thank you very much, Manu, for joining us this evening on ET Now to decode the business of spirituality and faith. Now, there is a renewed interest, like I was saying, in this space, especially post the pandemic, and which is when you also started operations sometime in late 2020. So help us understand this interest in the space, and how are you capturing that pie for your business this festive season? Give us a sense of the kind of numbers that you're clocking for on the app.
So much for having me. I think we started just before COVID. So this is the business, or the business that we are in. This is from time immemorial, right? Like astrology, Bollywood, cricket, devotion. India ये चार चीजें पे thrive करता है, I think, and we are in the business of astrology and devotion. While COVID has been a great catalyst for spirituality as a whole on the offline world, and I think we are a reflection of what is happening offline, right? We are fortunate to be growing at about 100% year on year. We basically provide two services. You can do astrology consultations, and you can do virtual puja or virtual chadhava at the temple.
Okay. Okay, so you're thriving so far as virtual pujas are concerned, and of course one understands, Manu, that this is also due to the consecration of the Ram temple, which really gave a boost to this sector, spiritual tourism, because we've also seen this kind of traction that has been gained by bus aggregators and of course hotel aggregators and lots more, especially as far as those special pilgrimage areas are concerned. But I want to understand what's the kind of traction that you're getting on your app, and specifically from which geographies and which areas, which segments of the population?
So we are primarily catering to North and Central India today, but we continue to have some demand from South India as well. The temples that we have on the platform are majority in North and Central India. That's why the customers are also from that domain, that geography. We haven't launched NRI yet. We keep getting every day at least 5 requests from 5 different customers in US, UK, Canada, more, to try to do virtual puja. I think we launch very soon, maybe in the new year, for the NRI audience.
Okay, so we'll come to that point about your international expansion in just a bit. But from what I understand, the data that you've shared, Vama.App has raised $3.5 million till now. Are you looking at a further fundraise because of the kind of expansion plans that you have? Also give us a sense of the expansion that you foresee for your business, and delve a bit deeper into that international expansion, that market for NRIs that you're looking at.
No, absolutely. I think we are fortunate to be backed by one of the best investors in Singapore, which is Wavemaker Ventures, and India's earliest micro VCs. And I'm fortunate to have a lot of Indian entrepreneurs back me, right? We are in the middle of a fundraise as we speak now. We will go raise another round of capital, hopefully very soon. The demand for what we are building in this country is exponential, and I think we have not even touched the surface of it. So I genuinely feel we'll at least do exponential growth from here in the next 3 to 5 years, every year, year on year. 100% growth is not just enough for us.
When you say, Manu, when you say that we've really not touched the surface so far as the business of spirituality and faith is concerned, can you delve a bit deeper into that, on the kind of expansion that you see so far as this opportunity is concerned for businesses like yourselves?
So we are a function of what happens offline, right? We are not even a significant percentage of what is happening offline. If you see any large iconic temple, the kind of donations, the kind of pujas, the kind of chadhavas, prasad people are ordering offline, right? Or everything online put together would not even combine to 1% of that, right? So I feel that there is a huge potential of there for us to go from here where we are today, right?
Okay, so you say that there is a huge potential, but Manu, one of the concerns is that people want more offline experiences, especially as far as spirituality is concerned. So is that not going to be a bother for the sector?
I think all apps, even including Vama, we will do offline, right? While today we offer virtual puja, not everyone can travel to every temple. Like I can't travel to Mahakal every Monday. I am a Shivji devotee, but I can go to my neighborhood temple. But if I'm able to do that every Monday on a Mahashivratri, my parents can't travel because it's too crowded and they might not get the best experience. If we can do it virtually, it's great. Virtual darshan, virtual puja is complementary to your offline experience, right? Even today, right, like we would be serving about 50,000 customers on puja, just one puja, right, a month. We easily get 5% requests from our customers to say that, someone in my one elder in my family उस मंदिर में गया है जहाँ पर उन्होंने virtual पूजा कराई है, right? So they would ask us, can you make us get a VIP darshan? Can you get the head priest to come bless us there, right? So I think we will all do help somewhere in the offline world as well. Maybe virtual is the step one to it.
Okay. So you are basically and primarily betting on offline experiences and, of course, repeat requests from your consumers. You say that you've seen 50,000 monthly active users, but the question is, are you profitable?
We are contribution margin positive in VC world, as it says. We are very close to hitting that number. I think that number is about 18 months away for us, is where I would put it. But at a transaction level, we do not lose money. We are making money at each transaction level at a contribution margin. And we have always been there from day zero. We are fortunate to do that.
Right, Manu. And before we let you go, give us a sense of the kind of investor interest that you're seeing in this space. You've seen that many of your competitors have raised capital from Elevation Capital, Peak 15. And of course, you also have, amongst a whole host of other VCs, really putting in their might behind this space. But the question is, will companies be able to sustain the kind of interest that we're seeing?
100%. I think there will be at least 5 to 6 standout companies that will come in this sector, right? Faith tech, as some of us call it, right? It is yet to be unveiled. There are still only 2 or 3 companies that have raised decent capital. I genuinely think at large scale, this is a $1 billion opportunity for at least 3 of us.
All right. Thank you very much, Manu, for joining us this evening. You say that this is a $1 billion opportunity for at least 3-4 companies that will be standout companies so far as the sector is concerned, so far as Faith Tech is concerned. And ladies and gentlemen,
there comes a time when your heart calls for you to arise. Plant your feet solid into the ground. Decide your own limits. And then break right through them. Become something more. It's my time to rise.